Wearing a veil in the church, a woman is not drawing attention to herself or makes herself stand out from the rest of the congregation. She is referring all attentions to God. Wearing a veil in church. Wearing a veil in the church, a woman is not drawing attention to herself or makes herself stand out from the rest of the congregation. She is referring all attentions to God. Wearing a veil in the church, a woman is not showing how holy she is, but to show how holy God is. Wearing a veil in the church is not prideful or vanity, but it is an act of humility for a woman to show God her greatest reverence. Wearing a veil is a sign to recognize the holy presence of God in the church and to acknowledge His majesty and glory. Wearing a veil is to show the gentle and elegant love for Jesus when receiving Him in Holy Communion, as the laced veil is both gentle and elegant. Wearing a veil to honor Jesus reminds a woman of her femininity and dignity. Wearing a veil to honor Jesus reminds a woman of her purity and chastity. Wearing a veil to honor Jesus reminds a woman to dress modestly, not only in the church but in all occasions. Wearing a veil can become an act of courage and fortitude in some parishes where no woman is wearing a veil. A woman may need great courage to dare to be different in doing the right thing. Wearing a veil to Mass is a great act to console Jesus, as Jesus had once told a visionary that a woman who wears a veil while receiving Him gives him great consolation. She is like Veronica wiping His holy face with her veil. Word of God. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, the head of a woman is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. Any man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head. But any woman who prays or prophesies with her head unveiled dishonors her head. It is the same as if her head were shaven. For if a woman will not veil herself, then she should cut off her hair. But if it is disgraceful for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her wear a veil. For a man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God. But woman is the glory of man. For man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. That is why a woman ought to have a veil on her head, because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as woman was made from man, so man is now born of woman. And all things are from God. Judge for yourselves. Is it proper for a woman to pray to God with her head uncovered? 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 3 to 13. A woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, nor shall a man put on a woman's garment. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. Also that women should adorn themselves modestly and sensibly in seemly apparel, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly attire, but by good deeds, as befits women who profess religion. 1 Timothy 2 verses 9 to 10. Let not yours be the outward adorning with braiding of hair, decoration of gold, and wearing of fine clothing, but let it be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable jewel of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. 1 Peter 3 verses 3 to 4.